Here's something your bank will never say out loud. The money sitting in your savings account right now is losing value. You're not spending it. You haven't touched it. But every single month, it buys a little less than it did the month before. And in about 5 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how much you've already lost and what to do instead. But first, I need to tell you about a pizza. If you're new here, this channel is about one thing: teaching you what school never did about money. No textbooks, no boring lectures, just the stuff that actually matters. Today, we're covering the concept that changed how I think about every dollar I earn. It's called the inflation trap. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why your savings account might be secretly working against you, the one number your bank hopes you never calculate, and 3 moves you can make this week, even with almost no money, to start fixing it.
We're gonna get there. But that pizza I mentioned, that's where this story starts. Back in 2010, a large pizza cost about $10. Today, that same pizza runs $16, $17, sometimes more depending on where you live. Now, here's the question most people never ask. What happened? The pizza didn't get bigger, the cheese didn't get fancier, the delivery guy didn't get a private jet. The price went up because the value of money went down. That's inflation. And it affects everything: groceries, rent, gas, healthcare, every single year. The US government tracks this. It averages around 2 to 3% annually. Sometimes it spikes. We all felt it a few years ago when it hit over 8%. Here's the best way I've heard it described. Inflation is like a slow leak in a tire. Monday looks fine. Tuesday, still fine. By Friday, you're on the side of the road wondering what happened. Your money has a leak, and most people don't know their tire's going flat. Now, here's where it gets personal, and honestly, a little uncomfortable. Let me ask you something. What does your savings account pay you right now? If it's at one of the big banks, Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, the answer is probably around 0.5% per year. Maybe less. Doesn't sound terrible, right? Here's the number your bank hopes you never put next to it. Inflation, 3% per year. Your money grew 0.5%? Prices grew 3%.
That's a gap of 2.5%. And that gap, that's money leaving your pocket in slow motion. Let me make this real. You have $10,000 in savings. 1 year later, your bank gives you $50 in interest. The number went up. You feel good. But here's what actually happened. Because of inflation, everything that cost $10,000 last year now costs $10,300. You have $10,050. You need $10,300. You're $250 poorer while doing everything right. That's the inflation trap. It's not a glitch. It's the design. Now wait, because here's the part that made me actually angry when I learned it. Here's the mistake almost everyone makes. Most people watching this are making it right now. We look at the number in our account. It's going up, even just a little. And our brain says, good, safe, fine. But that number is lying to you.
There's a difference between nominal value, the digits on the screen, and real value, what that money can actually buy. When you only focus on the number going up, you feel secure. But if prices rise 3 times faster than your interest, you're on a treadmill that's slowly speeding up. You're running, you're sweating, you feel like you're moving, but you're drifting backward. And while that's happening, your bank takes your deposits, flips around, and invests them at returns 5, 10, 15 times higher than what they're giving you. They profit from your money. You get 0.5%. That's not an accident. But here's the thing. Most people hear all of this and immediately think, okay, I should just stop saving. That is completely wrong. And that myth might actually be more dangerous than the trap itself. Let me explain. You've heard it your whole life. Save your money. Your parents, your teachers, every personal finance article ever written. And they weren't wrong, they were just incomplete. Saving is a tool. And like any tool, it depends entirely on what you use it for. A savings account? Perfect for your emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of expenses you can grab fast if something goes wrong. Perfect for money you'll need in the next year or 2. That's its job.
and it does that job well. But here's what nobody told you. A savings account is a terrible home for money you won't need for 5, 10, 20 years. Leaving long-term money in a low-yield savings account isn't being careful. It's handing inflation a head start, then wondering why you can never get ahead. Now, I know the obvious next question. Okay, so where is long-term money supposed to go? I'm getting there. But first, I want to show you something. 2 people, same $10,000, 40 years. The outcome is so different, it almost doesn't seem real. And the reason why is going to reframe everything you just heard. Meet Alex and Jordan. Same age, 25. Same starting amount, $10,000. Alex does what everyone says to do. Puts the money in a savings account and leaves it. Earns 0.5% per year.
Jordan does something different. Puts the same $10,000 into a broad index fund, basically a basket holding hundreds of companies at once, and earns an average of 7% per year. 40 years later, at 65, Alex has $12,200. In real purchasing power, adjusted for inflation, that's actually worth less than the original $10,000. Jordan has $150,000. Same starting line, same 40 years. One decision at 25. Now, and I need to say this clearly, I'm not telling you to put everything in the stock market tomorrow. That's not the point. The point is this. Time is the most powerful financial force in your life. Right now, it's either working for you or against you, depending entirely on where your money is sitting. The good news? You can start changing that this week, even with $25. Here's exactly how. 4 moves. In order, let's go. Move 1. Switch to a high-yield savings account this week. Not next month, this week. Online banks like Ally, Marcus by Goldman Sachs, and SoFi regularly offer 4 to 5% interest. That's nearly 10 times what most big banks pay for the exact same money with the exact same federal protection. If your emergency fund is sitting at Chase earning 0.5%, moving it takes 15 minutes and costs you nothing. Move 2. Give every dollar a job. This is the mindset shift that changes everything. Money you'll need soon? Savings account. Liquid and safe. Money you won't need for years? It needs to grow somewhere it actually can. 2 buckets, 2 rules, done. Move 3. Open an investment account and look at index funds. Investment account sounds scarier than it is. Fidelity and Charles Schwab let you open one in minutes. No minimum balance, no experience required. If your job has a 401k, you're already there. Index funds do the work for you. You don't pick stocks, you don't watch charts. You own a tiny piece of hundreds of companies and let time compound the results. Move 4. Start small, but start now. $25 a month invested consistently beats waiting until you have enough. Every month you wait, inflation gains ground, and compounding loses ground. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time? Right now. Let's land this. Your savings account isn't the enemy. Saving money isn't wrong. But using your savings account as your only financial strategy for everything, forever, is like trying to run a marathon in flip-flops. You might finish, but you're making it so much harder than it has to be. Inflation doesn't take weekends off. It worked on your money while you watch this video. But here's the thing. You now know something most people your age don't. And knowing is always move 1. We have full videos on high-yield savings accounts and index funds right here on the channel. Watch one of them next. It's the natural next step. If this landed for you, drop a like. It takes 1 second and it helps other people find this. And subscribe, because nobody taught us this stuff, so we're figuring it out together. See you in the next one.